This is for the magical women, the priestesses, the witches, the curanderas, the medicine women. Whether you're in the closet or you're out of the closet and you're open to your spirituality and the truth of who you are, because in so many lifetimes you have lived this truth. So if you're a man and you're watching this, you're a woman and you're watching this, within us we have these ancient magical histories and wisdoms that live inside of us through all the ages. And right now, more than ever, as so many of you know, there is this awakening happening on the planet. And it's happening through things like this supermoon that we're seeing. And it's happening through all the changes like the quarantine and the pandemic. This is all catalyzing awakening in humanity. And what does that even mean? It means so that you can live your truth and your gifts and your purpose, because so many people are living fake lives. They're living lives that don't seem true to them. They go to a job every day that they don't fully love, and they know they have other gifts to share with the world. And just so you know, your gifts could be rooted in a past life. Your skills and abilities and what you're here to share could be something you never even received an education in. You just know it. You know it in your core. And I work with women to awaken this power inside of you so you can live the truth of who you are. So I truly believe that we are on the brink of creating a new earth, that all the systems are collapsing. So we're seeing it in everything, really, in politics, in financials, like everything is starting to collapse. Even school systems need to change, and they are changing. And that was the gift of the quarantine. It was like everything needs to be like brought to the surface to look at and see that we can create a new society. We can create a new reality, because that's what the quarantine did for us. We had to create new systems, and we can do this all the time. We can create new systems anytime we like, but sometimes it's in the moment of a catastrophe that it's done. But what if we really found that power within to create that new society and what we want to do and do what we love? What if we just chose to do that because we chose it, because we decided, and not because something bad had to happen, but rather you found that courage inside of yourself to walk through the fear and the self-doubt to really live your truth and purpose. So many people are denying their truth. And now, as you know, I can share my story because I always have new people coming in, and maybe you never heard this part of my story. But even why I call this Awaken Magical Women is because the truth of what I'm here to bring did not come from my medical school education. It came from me being born into a lineage of healers and medicine people from my Colombian lineage. And it came because I have memories of my past life where I was a priestess, where I did do rituals, as that was what my work was, healing work, where that's what you did. You helped people heal all day long, and you used energy and you used magic and you used the elements, and you can move the elements. And I know this speaks to some women, and pretty much most women have lived some kind of life where they were wisdom keepers in a past life. The interesting thing is that most of the wound of the feminine is because you were possibly burnt at the stake, or you were told you had to be quiet and keep your wisdom a secret, because if not, your family would be killed. So this is what happens when women had power in the past, is you were threatened to be quiet. And this is why a lot of women have a fear of speaking out, of speaking their truth. And this is why a lot of women have a fear of going against people pleasing. Like they feel they need to people please because they might be rejected. They might be thrown out of the tribe, because that's actually what has happened in the past. I have memories of past lives where I was a powerful woman with a lot of wisdom, and I was like locked into a dungeon, and I was not allowed to leave. And I'm sure you might have those too, just like the being burnt at the stake. Now, the beautiful thing about being human is that we're so complex, and who we are in this life is actually a composition of all of your lives you ever lived. So you have memories of your past lives, and you might not even be aware of it. And sometimes how that happens is, let's say I actually have a friend who makes dream catchers, and she one day just picked up the weaving to make the web of the dream catcher, and she just remembered it. She just knew how to do it. No one taught her. It's like she just watched someone like kind of do it, and then she started doing it and weaving the whole web of a dream catcher. What I have that connected to is rituals, like and being very psychic and healing. So I know certain plants and certain remedies for things because for so many years, not in this life, in past lives, I worked with the earth. I worked with plants. I worked with the elements. I worked in deep magic and rituals. And that's so easy for me in this life. And part of that awakening of living my true purpose was not to stay being a medical doctor. And I want to talk a little bit about doubt and fear. Like, you don't think when I was leaving Western medicine that I was like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Like, I just spent all this money in student loans. Like, being a doctor is a set amount of money. I'm set. Like, of course, like there was fears and doubts, but did I do it anyway? Yes. And this is that moment when you choose to awaken versus stay the same. And the reason why you choose to awaken and you choose to walk your true path, even if it's scary as F, is because you're sick and tired of what you're doing and you can't live a lie anymore. And you can't live anything less than your true potential. And I see this so many times in women and consults I have with women where they're like not ready to change. They like want it so badly. They've been praying for it. And then here comes that opportunity. And then they flake, they like cave, they contract, they can't do it. And I know to create this new earth, the women need to be activated. And I know men, of course you do too. And I'm holding out for my partner to create that men's program and the couples program. But for now, where we have had more of a suppression has been with women in society. And we all know that. It's a patriarchal society. We see it with like who all the rulers are. And that's okay. And we've seen what happened because of it. Like we see the war, we see the pollution, we see how there's GMOs and the soils are suffering and the food is toxic and all these different things that have happened, right? And that's okay. But now it's time for something different so that this can change. And feminine leadership is more compassionate and it's cooperative. And even men can lead in a feminine way. It's about cooperation, not competition, right? So it's just a different way of being. It's not about who can be the best, but it's like, let's all rise together. So when I created my Ultimate Woman program, I went through a massive ascension where I moved into my Malibu beach home. And truth be told, I thought like, oh, one day a guy's going to come and he's going to have a beach home and we're going to like live happily ever after. And then one day I woke up and I was like, wait a minute. Actually, the truth is like, I really want to live in a Malibu beach home now. So I'm just going to make it happen myself. And when I succeeded in that, like I even surprised myself. I'm like, oh my God, how did I do this? This was like a goal later in life. And I was doing what I loved with people I loved. And I was like, you know what? I owe it. And I feel like the goddess herself was like, you need to create a program. You need to create something to give back so that you can help others rise too. And that's why I called it the Ultimate Woman, Rise to Your Next Level. Because it's about, we all have different levels that we can go through. Like we were born with a specific human potential. And that human potential comes from not only this life, but your past lives. So like your soul has a mission that it has carried through every lifetime. So no matter when you've lived in history, generally you have always had a value for something. And that value lives in this life too. And generally I say the way you know what your purpose is to do what you love, what you have a lot of skill in, what's so easy to you and come second nature. and you offer it to the world. And it's a way to be of service to the world. It's a way to give back. And of course you can charge for it. And of course you can receive for it. But the idea is to not let that go to waste. So many people just let their gifts and talents go to waste. And it's so sad. And yesterday and I know it was the full moon too, but I was like angry. I was like feeling like my wild, and it was the day before I was going to bleed too. So it's like I was in my like wild woman energy, and I was like, people need to wake up. Like, it is time for people to wake up. Like, we cannot continue on the way we are. Like, how much more pain do people need to endure before they're like, okay, yes, I want to change. I'm going to be resourceful to make it happen for myself. Like, you do it for yourself, first of all. And then, of course, you do it for other people. And you do it for your lineage, and you do it for the children. You do it for those who come after you. So it's almost like, when is that moment of I'm sick and tired of this and I'm going to choose to change it? Because what is so sad, and it makes me so sad, is when people think they're a victim to their life. You are not a victim to your life. You have the power to create your life. You came here on purpose, and you can change your life by making different choices. And when opportunities present themselves, you say yes, you take a risk. And if you don't do that, guess what? You're going to stay the same. And this is what breaks my heart so much, is when I see people waste time and waste their potential. So if you know that you want to shift your life, and if you are a woman, then I invite you to book a consult with me or someone from my team at ultimatewomanuprising.com/consult. And you can find that in the link in my bio. And if you are at that point of like sick and tired, done, like I know what I'm here to do, I know the life I'm here to live, then I invite you to have a call with us, because this program is so magical. When I see these women come alive, it's like the greatest gift on the planet. Like, I feel like, I'm living my dharma. And it is simply a transmission of codes and information and activations. And it's really like a step-by-step process and a method. Like, you need to clear the crap and the baggage in your life that's weighing you down. Like the past, other people's energy, beliefs of other people. Some people are still holding on to the beliefs of something someone told them when they were a child. Like, all of this, clear, cleanse, release, cords, all of it, forgiveness. Let the past go, because it's likely it's weighing you down and it's not even relevant to the future. And it's blocking you from being present in the moment. And it's literally, you're repelling your opportunities. You're creating obstacles by having all this gunk in your life, whether it's in your mind, whether it's in your womb. Like, how much does a woman take into her womb? So much. That needs to be cleansed, like big time, right? So once you cleanse the crap, then it's about finding clarity. The person who is the most certain is the person who wins. That goes for anything in life. So the clearer you get about your life, and the more certain you are that you're going to achieve it. And let me remind you, it doesn't mean that you don't have fear. Of course, fear is part of being human. It doesn't mean that you don't have doubts. Of course, they're going to come in. You're going to have doubts, and it's like, okay, I have that doubt, and you see it. But guess what? You keep going anyway. You keep going. You keep going. You keep going. You know how many times I've had doubts in my life? Oh my God, so many. Even when I was like a medical doctor and I was like top of my class, I'm like, am I even smart? Yes, it happens. Of course I'm smart. I'm in like NYU. I was like Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude, honors roll, scholarships. And I'm still wondering, am I smart? So everyone has doubts. Everyone has fears. And it's your choice to rise above them and say, okay, I see you. I love you. And I'm going to go anyway. Like, I'm going to hold you. That part that's scared, I'm going to hold you, and I'm going to keep going. And then it's about becoming magnetic, calling it in, those things that you want. And guess what? You don't even need to know how it's going to happen. That is not your responsibility. Law of attraction and manifestation is a very specific process. And it's all about who you're being, your energy. and reprogramming your mind in the right way, because your mind is a program. And so many women are trained to believe like they're not good enough, they can't do it because they're a woman. And it's like, that is all a lie. Like, time to clear out the stuff that is a lie so you can rise up to your next level. And I always like to say, rise to your next level and become your ultimate woman, because it's not one size fits all. It's different for everyone. Like, what is ultimate to me could be different from what's ultimate to you, but it's about you living your ultimate life, you being your ultimate embodiment. Because how many treasures do you have tucked away? How many? So many. Like, and you don't need to have a lot of things to share these with the world. You just have to have strategy. Like, strategy. Be smart about your time. You can make things work for you. Your career, your business, your love life. You get to design your life. Like, and that's why I call myself like an energetic strategist too. Also a power and purpose activator. Because the moment you activate your power and you know what you want, you are a force to be reckoned with. And once you get your energy aligned, like, whoo, watch out. And when I see women transform like this, like literally within the first month, that they're like making 3 times more money, like having 2 to 3 clients come in, get a raise at their job hires them assistants. They find their fiancés, they get engaged, they clear out, like they even break up in relationships that are not aligned. They learn better communication so they can enhance their relationships with their partner. They start to feel sexy in their body. They don't even lose weight, but somehow they start to feel sexier. Or they do lose weight. They become more feminine, more radiant. They finally become in touch with their pleasure. Like, hallelujah, life gets to be pleasurable. You get to be multi-orgasmic. You do. And I'm not here to live mediocre. And I'm assuming if you're watching this, you're not here to live mediocre either. And that's part of why, some people might think, oh, I reached the pinnacle. I became a medical doctor. Oh, I achieved it all. No, that was so limiting. Like, I wanted to travel the world. I did that while I was in medical school too, actually. And then I was like, no, that's not enough. Like, I'm here to change the world. It's like, I'm here to reach thousands, millions of people. And I already did that too when I was on a Fox reality show. So it's not that like your dreams ever stop. It's that you have the courage to live them, and you have a mentor who can support you in that process, because the women I work with oftentimes have dreams that no one in their life can understand. And people are like, oh, you should be happy with that. And it's like, no, don't be happy with that. Don't settle. Why are you settling? Like, you deserve so much. You deserve everything. So now I've been talking a lot. I do invite you to ask me any comments, questions, anything that's been weighing on your heart, anything about your awakening as the divine, magical, femme fire woman that you are, or that you know you're meant to be, anything you feel that's standing in the way, the fears, the belief systems, because most of it's just beliefs. Like, most of it's just like what you've been programmed to believe, the people around you. Some of the other sad things that I'm seeing, and I feel like there'll eventually be a course about this, but I even see when it's time for women to give birth and they want it the way they want it, and then everyone around them is telling them, no, it has to be like this. Oh, no, it has to be like that. And then they go against their truth. So how can you get in touch with your intuition and really live from that place? Like, no matter what anyone else says, you honor yourself first. You trust yourself first. And you know that when you trust yourself, that everything unfolds so magically. And you know that when you hear that voice in your head telling you that you need to do something, even if it goes against all logic and all reason, and no one in your life is going to agree with it, that you do it anyway. And that's the power of having a mentor and a container of women that are activated and that want you to rise and that support you in rising and celebrate your wins every day. Every single day, because that encouragement, like the feminine grows with praise. So if someone's telling you like, no, you can't do that, like, that's going to make you shrink and contract. But if people are like, hell yeah, like, great job. Like, yes, you did that. You manifested unexpected money. Yes, you did that. You called in more money. Yes, you feel good looking at a rainbow. Good, yes. Like, maybe some people can't even understand that. You're like celebrating a rainbow. But that's the beauty of being a multi-dimensional woman. It's like being okay in your shadow and in your wrath and in your anger. Like, celebrate that. Like, your emotions are important. They are good. You can never be too much. Please, more. Please show me who you are. I want to see all of it. The beauty, the ugly, all of it. And learning to really honor and embody your range of motion as a woman is one of the most liberating things you could ever experience. Like, so many women are kind of like in a box, and then they just feel like, frustrated because they're not living their fullest expression. You are a muse, and may that muse be celebrated. It's like sunlight and water, so you can blossom into your greatness. And this is what I'm so, so passionate about. So I'm going to look at, I don't know if anyone left comments. I didn't really, I know some people left some comments about my hair and stuff, but let's see. Oh yeah, someone was not listening to what you're saying, but your hair is on point. And some people are saying, yes, goes for men and women too. Yes, everything I said goes for men and women. Thank you. So reality check this whole situation. Indeed, just hopefully they are all stuck and we all learn to grow. We all on a hidden agenda, but we need to walk through the fear and stand tall and elevate. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, it's so beautiful. Hey, Justin. Hey, Amber. Some of you may have already gone by now, but it's so nice to see. Sometimes when I get in it, I'm like, oh, yeah, so Amber, Wellness with Amber writes, so happy I'm living my dream now. So Amber is one of our supporting coaches in the program, and she's doing a lot of the consults. So you'll meet her, and I love sharing her story because she's really the embodiment of the program in the sense that she had a great job. Like, she was a licensed therapist, went to school, was working 4 days a week, had benefits, retirement plan, great salary, like really making great money, but it wasn't enough for her because she wasn't living the magic. She knew all about, I used to joke, I'm like, Amber, you're a little spiritual in the closet. Like, everyone kind of knew that she was the one that was into natural stuff, so people still call her and ask her. And then it's like she started to really live it and live it out loud and share it like publicly on social media and going beyond just like, yes, if you love to do candle magic and you love crystals and you dabbled in yoga and meditation, you can feel energy and all these things are real to you, but they kind of just seem like woo-woo in the corner. That's the missing link oftentimes to get to your next level. And that's why the Ultimate Woman program is full of rituals, because when you get the divine on your team, like, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, because that is what is creating this whole reality, is the unseen realm, is your thoughts, is energy, is your energy. Are your intentions, the rituals. You're doing rituals and you don't even realize you're doing rituals. So what if you were intentional about the rituals that you did? Imagine what could happen, right? And it's funny, like, I want to share, normally today actually I want to finish the story about Amber and then I share. So anyway, so Amber went on to do the program, and while she's in the program, she's like, oh my God, like, I want to teach this. Like, I want to share this. Like, this is everything. Like, everything is in here. And it's true. It's mind, body, spirit. It's practical. It's mystical. It's like taking all the goodness from all the different ways you can heal and evolve and develop and packaging it into one. It's a full spectrum. Like, sometimes you can sign up for something and it's like about money, or sometimes it's about business, or sometimes it's about feminine embodiment and pleasure. This is like all of that. Love and relationships, communication, health, everything. And I was like, amazing. And I had already known that I would create a mentorship. So the women who go through the Ultimate Woman program, you then have an opportunity to do a 9-month mentorship with me, where I teach you everything I know. I give you all my secrets, all my gifts. I activate you into light language, because in the program you get energy activations and their light language transmissions, which are powerful frequencies that shift your energy, upgrade your system, even to the level of your DNA, clearing out limiting beliefs. Like, there's times where you feel like you are as big as the universe. Like, it is such powerful medicine. And so I activate that. It's literally life-changing. You can facilitate anything, and the mentorship is not just if you want to be a coach or a facilitator. It's if you do anything in the world, because you can bring your magic into every space that you are, whatever job you do, if you just have a family. Like, not just because having a family is such a beautiful thing, but meaning like you could do anything. You can bring it to washing the dishes. You can do it to every aspect of your life, meeting with friends, your gatherings you create, anything. You don't have to do it even as your profession. And then from there, she went on to do the supporting coach. And now this week, she gave her resignation. And one of the other beautiful things I love celebrating in her and her evolution was that she got her husband on board. He was someone that was a little bit skeptical and was very much a fan of her previous job. But by the end, he was the one that was poking at her because of her success, because she created her own packages and signed clients up in full, that he was like, so when are you going to retire? And isn't that beautiful? And he was like, yeah, when your business is going, I just want to be retired and I just want to take care of the chickens and be the farmer. And it's so sweet to see how we transform the people around us when we transform. Like, that's my favorite part. Like, I love that. Like, when you do the great work, everyone around you benefits. Like, even on the questions in Instagram stories, I write those questions, like, ask me a question. And someone asked me, like, is your family supportive, your immediate family? Are they supportive of your spiritual, I'm not sure what spiritual beliefs or your spiritual choices? And the truth is, at first, they were like, whatever you're doing is weird. Like, even if you succeed, it's weird. They were not very supportive, right? And then I kept going with the magical stuff. I was seeing all the witchy people, going to all the shamans, awakening my shaman self, discovering my family lineage. Like, I'm the one that discovered it because I was the one that was asking questions. And all the women in my family started to awaken. So when you do this work, you actually heal your family line. When you go on your spiritual journey and awaken your magic, you start to realize you come from a magic lineage. And if this is speaking to you, you come from this. And, you know, those rituals you do, and I remember even like people in my family started posting like inspirational quotes, you know, like that's what happens. Like, you inspire other people with how you shine and how you're magnetic and how you change your life. Like, that's the biggest testimony of all. Like, change your life and you will get people on board, right? And that's what happened with me. That's actually how I started a coaching business. Was I wasn't even thinking of doing this, but people kept reaching out to me and being like, oh my God, you've changed your life. Like, you were a doctor and now you're like traveling the world and you're sharing all these inspirational things. Like, how did you do it? And that magnetism brought people to me because I did the work on myself. Like, I decided to follow my heart. I walked through the fires of fear. And I was like, I am doing this. Like, I don't even know where I'm going, but I'm going. Like, that's how trailblazing my path was. Like, you don't need to know all the steps. Like, you don't need to know where the end is because it's going to change and evolve. And I want you to listen to that part of you that's like asking you for change, that's asking you to rise up, that's not settling for what is happening right now. Listen to that part. Connect with me if this speaks to you in any way. Like, I can help you. Like, it's that simple. It's like let me just take you by the hand and show you. And sometimes I'm like, oh, like when some women say no, I'm just like, what are you doing? I can help you. What are you doing? But you know, sometimes people aren't ready. So maybe you're just not ready, and that's okay too. But then it's like, what's the pain? Like, what are you losing by staying in the situation you are, by not making a change and getting help? I love having help. I love it. I love working with healers, coaches, mentors. Like, I love it. Like, why not have support? It's so beautiful to have support. It's healing, you know? So let's see any other comments you guys may have been sharing. Sometimes then I'll just go on my rants. What's the best way to deal with negative energy that is targeted at us? So I teach you this in the program. Like, it's like almost like you learn like energy ninja skills. Like, you learn how to protect your energy. You learn how to clear your energy. I teach you multiple techniques for how to protect your energy against other people's. And part of it is about how you create boundaries. I teach you how to do that. I have like one whole module that's on boundaries. Because if you're letting negative energy get to you, this is a boundary issue, right? So in the program, we go over all of this. It's like you learn how to really be a master of your energy. So then you can choose what kind of energy you want to be emitting in the world when you need to be doing certain things. I call this energetic agility. And part of that is learning how and knowing how to cleanse it when you have taken on something else, as well as how to protect it. And actually, one of the bonuses when you pay in full is you get my meditation album. And it's not even just meditation, they're activations. So some of them are for cleansing, for grounding, for illuminating your energy. So that's like definitely a huge thing. So Summer writes, we need to connect with our emotions to see which ones we have to let go. Yeah, so in so many of the modules, I have you journal. I give you very specific journaling exercises, and these journaling exercises are really supportive for discovering where you have trapped energy, because trapped energy creates disease, actually. So, and these are those blockages that are preventing you from receiving. So if you want to have more abundance in your life, more manifestation in your life, you need to kind of clear out where you're not allowing the flow in. And emotions are one of those. So if you have unresolved traumas or situations that happened in the past, that's going to be something we definitely cover, because that's preventing your ascension. It's like, I like to joke, it's kind of like the baggage that needs to be cleared out so then you can ascend. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. We had also had Maria in here. She was also in the program at one point, and I shared her, and that, as you've seen, I've shared some of the women's testimonials. Actually, I'm interviewing another woman at 1 o'clock Pacific, so I'll need to go soon. But it's beautiful to see how the women evolve and just to catch up with them after. And because when you're going on a 3-month journey with someone, it's like, oh, and also right now for a limited time, I haven't decided on the expiration date, we're offering 2 bonus months. So if this is something that's calling to you, I definitely recommend you book a consult with me or someone from my team. The link's in the bio, ultimatewoman.com/consult. And if you haven't gotten the free cheat sheet, I have a free cheat sheet and bonus training for women who want to rise to their next level. And it's like a 5-day video series, and it's free. And that's at ultimatewomanuprising.com. So you can kind of get a taste of some of it. But of course, the modules are much more, and you have a guidebook for every module and different prayers and invocations and rituals. The program has so much. And writes, and the best part is I now get to be home with my daughter, which has been a dream since she was born. Yeah, so really creating life in a way that you love it. That's the point. Create life in the way that you love it. And if you're not creating life in the way that you love it, then it's like, what are you doing? Like, you're missing out. Life gets to be exactly how you want it to be. And if it's not, pay attention to that. And have mentors that are living their life in the way that they want it to be, So someone wrote, what kind of coaching is it? So my coaching is very interesting. It's very different. Someone was calling me. I like to say that my work is definitely more, it's magical, mystical, practical, in the sense that there is energy healing work, there is light language transmission, which is a form of energy healing work, but there's also mindset work. So really being able to look at your belief systems and seeing where you are blocking yourself, because that's the thing, is most people don't even realize that they are pushing away the very thing they want. And that's why working with a mentor and a coach is so powerful, because they help you see where you have blind spots. So that's number one, really important. Also, I'm an intuitive and a psychic. So a lot of my coaching work comes from that place. So you're getting guidance that is psychic in nature, so that because you're telling me what your dreams and your goals are, I can psychically connect to what would be the steps and the things to help you get there. Right? And that's really powerful. It's also shamanic in nature. So we do rituals. You're working with the elements. There's meditation that's used as well, and we want to do that for increasing self-awareness, and also so you're more in control of your energy and your mind, because the mind can sabotage you, and meditation is the gym for your mind. We also use the power of the word, so through prayer and invocations, and also using like nonviolent communication, and also why am I blanking on NLP, neuro-linguistic programming? You can program your mind to help you create, and your words to help you create the reality that you seek. So that, actually I want to just move this notification. Okay. So that's the importance of really having someone who can work with you in a multi-dimensional way, because where the block may not be where you think it is. So when you have a coach that works on mindset and your energy and connects you more with like divine energies as well, you're getting like, and then also very practical, like what are your action steps? Like what are you doing to get there? And helping you create that strategy, that's where you're going to see the biggest change. So I always like to say the more tools a coach has on their tool belt, the better set up for success you'll be, because you can access what's going on and support you in shifting more rapidly and also from different angles. Because sometimes we're so intelligent that we can like sabotage ourselves, and we can like the very thing we want, we push away, or we just doubt, or we like analyze, or we're too intelligent that we kind of think around things where we make up excuses. Some people are really good at hiding themselves. So you definitely, I love having mentors that see everything. And the women joke like, oh my God, you see everything. And half the time they don't even have to tell me the whole story. They're like, okay, I'm having a situation with my partner and I don't really want to share the details. Is that enough information? And I'm like, yes, this aspect of your communication, right? Like, so that's like the beauty of working with someone who's highly intuitive too. So I always recommend when you have a magic woman on your team, aka like your healer, your coach, your shamanessa, like that's when you can up level so much quicker, both men and women, you know, because we're tapped into all that is. Like women are so powerful with their womb. And actually, that's something I want. So if you have any other questions, definitely pop them in. I'm going to be getting off soon, but I want to share one last thing about the power of doing what you're here to do. So before I came onto this call, like I just started bleeding today. I usually take the first day off, and I was feeling my womb a lot. But, you know, yesterday I was feeling emotional with the moon and knowing my moon was coming, and, you know, and that's what happens, like, you know, you're in that phase of your wild woman before you start bleeding. And I go over the phases of the month that you go through as a woman so that you can be okay with your emotions and not shame them. I do that in the program. And I was really feeling like, I was like feeling the hurt for all the women who are not changing their lives. And I was like, what are they doing? Oh, like, come on, ladies. Like, I get it. There's like traumas around money. There's traumas, there's fears, there's all of it. I get it. But it's like, we have to change our lives. Like, we came here to do it. We came here to change the planet. Like, we are the matriarchs. We are the leaders of the next generation. Like, and we do it for the children, right? Because when children incarnate into more evolved parents, like higher evolved souls can come in. Like the avatars came through the mystic women, you know, like the Buddhas and the Jesuses, and they came through the mystical women. So awakening that part of yourself and awakening your consciousness and your womb and your pleasure and all the parts of you is like so important for the future generations of Earth. And what's so funny is coming on here and talking to you about this, I've been noticing like the cramping has gone away. And that's really fascinating to me because it shows me like my womb was even telling me like, you need to talk about this stuff. Like you need to say this stuff. And like I said, that's how this program was created. Like I was asked to do this program by the goddess, like by the divine feminine energies where like, this needs to awaken on the planet. Women need to awaken. They need to walk in their truth. They need to walk in their path and their purpose. And they need to awaken and own their magical side. That mystical, magical side is so beautiful and is a blessing. And if it's sleeping in you, it's time to wake it up. And if it's awakened, but you're kind of in the closet or you're not fully expressing and embodying it, well, now's the time. And here's the opportunity with the Awaken Your Spiritual, not the, that's my other program, with the Ultimate Woman program. And of course you can do the Awaken Your Spiritual Power program. That is like the level 1. But the Ultimate Woman is the more advanced program. And it's where you have 2 coaching calls a week. I invite you to get on a call with us. DM me if you have more questions. I would love to answer your questions. I would love to connect with you. We, me, Amber, We would love to see you on a consult. And on the consult, you get a free energy assessment, so we can literally tell you like what your prescription is, like what are the things you need to shift and rise up to your next level. And then we can show you how we can help you to do that in the program. And if you want to work with us, we would love that. Like I said, right now we have this limited time of an extra 2 months in the container. So it's really a beautiful time to say yes. I send you all so much love today. It's been a pleasure to be here. I'm so happy that I chose to still do this, and it was still honoring my womb, even though today was the first day of my cycle, because I'm honoring women by coming on here today. I love you women so much, and I really, really want to see us all rise together. And with sisterhood support, we have that extra support system, that like shoulder to lean on, that opportunity to be loved exactly as we are and appreciated exactly for who we are. And my intention is to see you rise, to grow, to evolve, to anchor into your confidence, so that you can do exactly what you came here to do, and you can create your ultimate life in a way that you love, that works for you with your rules, because you deserve that. You are worth it. You are so worth it. So I send you so many blessings, so much love, so much gratitude for being here. May the light from within you shine bright. May you connect to your intuition and your clarity and your certainty, that you find whatever support you need for your path. And know that I am always here from you. So grateful to be in this space with you right now, and I hope we get to share more time together. I send you so much love and wish you a beautiful day. Bye for now, and thank you for being here. Kisses and blessings.